Finite automata. Some important thing about finite automata, that the smallest machine in finite automata should have at least one state, and when a string stop at non-final state, then it is not accepted. But if it is stop at final state, then it will be accepted. And every string is finite, and every finite automata has a single start state. And if all the final state will be equals to all state, it can happen, then language of that machine will be equals to alphabet star. In DFA, but not in NFA. NFA can reject in two ways. First is if not final state, string is not final state, like DFA. And another one, dead configuration. When a string reach to dead configuration, means that string doesn't belongs to that machine or that language. And in NFA, we do programming only for acceptance and not for rejection. Why? Because in NFA you need not to specify everything. But in DFA you should. If every state is final state in NFA, as we defined earlier, that final state is equals to all the state, then language of that machine will be alphabet star in DFA but not in NFA. But here we can see like that. If every state is final state in NFA, is still some string which is not acceptable comes, which is not acceptable come, then they will come in dead configuration. But we know that they will not come in DFA. Here we see that all the language of that machine will be alphabet star. But here we can see that if it happen in NFA, then some strings will come that will not acceptable. Then those strings will not acceptable, so it will come in dead configuration. So now we finally see the difference between DFA and NFA. So what is the difference? First is DFA have no choice, but in NFA choice is acceptable. Here no dead configuration, but here dot configuration is allowed. Here no null moves, but in NFA null moves are acceptable. What is the null move exactly? As we discussed earlier also, null moves are the moves which without reading do jumping from one state to another state. Without reading anything, jump from one state to another state.